Okay, be honest. Who of you knows what CEBSI stands for? No? But you've definitely come across it in one form or another, whether you regularly consume Iglesia, Cristo preaching shows, news, documentaries, vlogs, films, singing and music competitions, or even music videos, or have guested on INC radio in your district. Under Brother Angelo Iranio V. Manalo, the CEO and President, CEBSI is increasingly playing a bigger role in our lives, especially now that most of what we do is happening online. For over 5 decades, CEBSI, or Christian Era Broadcasting Services International, has been creating life-changing media on all platforms to get our doctrines out there, but to also promote our Christian values. And the impact on audiences worldwide has been worthwhile. But it's been life-changing for us too. The hosts, actors, directors, cameramen, editors, and everyone involved in the production process. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, in celebration of our 52nd CEBSI anniversary. We're going to share with you how the media we create to change your life has helped to change ours. The series of INC vlogumentaries is one of the newest additions to the CEBSI family. Through all the miles we've travelled and the stories we've told, we've taken away with us experiences that have inspired us and strengthened our faith in the most profound ways. From the thousands of people we've met who have benefited from the church's wide range of aid to humanity initiatives, the courage of brethren in sharing their faith in some of the most remote and even dangerous places, to the countless smiles brought about by finally discovering the true faith. It has been just as inspiring for us as it has been for you. And you'll hear of similar stories and experiences from the many CEBSI production teams scattered throughout the world. Brother Erwin Galapon, a fellow minister and producer of a documentary called Paninindigan, had a life-changing experience when he took on a story about Brother Lando, who, before becoming the pioneer of the church in his village, had to spend those pioneering years walking for hours to and from the nearest house of worship. And what's even more amazing, Brother Lando is blind. So, to get the story, all Brother Erwin and his team needed to do was to make that same journey to his village up a mountain. How hard could it be?
Siguro after an hour po na naglalakad na po kami, talagang nakaramdam na po kami ng pagod po. Sabi ko nga po doon sa voice over ko po, ay hindi na po kami halos makangiti po. Pagod. Dahil sobrang tarik po niya. Kung mga tuhod po namin ay halos umabot na po dito sa dibdib namin, sa napakatarik po. Tapos napakadulas po dahil mga bato-bato po yung aming inaakyat, kaya napakadulas po dahil tag-ulan din po noon. Masabi po nila na sa dadaanan mo namin ay may mga linta, sabi po nila, blood leeches po. Pinakita po doon sa video na kung paano ko pa po inalis yung linta po doon sa pako po na kumapit. Ako naman po ay physically fit, pati yung mga kasama ko po, alam ko po palaban din po sila. Kaya kahit gaano pa po yun kataas, kalayo, pupuntahan po namin talaga siya kahit na mahirapan po kami. Iniisip namin yung bulag nga kinakaya niya 2 times o 3 times a week na akyat baba po sa bundok, papunta po sa kapilya, tapos babalik po ulit sa bahay po nila sa mga panahon ng pagsamba. Meron pa nga pong araw-araw po pag dumadalo po siya ng mga gawain, kung siya nga po nagawa po niya, kami pa kaya, sabi namin, kaya palaban po kami lahat. Sige po, Erwin Galapon. Kinalulugod namin kayo makilala, kapatid. Kaya nung makita po namin siya, nawala po yung pagod namin. Paano kaya nagagawa nung bulag na akyat baba dito sa bundok? Halos araw-araw po niya na ginagawa yon. Kami, nung araw lang po na yon na ginawa namin na talagang pagod na po kami.
The story of Brother Lando inspired many who watched the feature, especially that after so many years, his sacrifices eventually paid off in the conversion of his family and members of his village. And now they are able to hold worship services at their village while searching for a suitable lot for their own house of worship to be built. And to think, it all started with Brother Lando hearing the church's doctrines on our DZEM radio station, a true testament to the power of life-changing media. And it wasn't only the lives of those in Brother Lando's village that had changed.
Yun po ang aming binaon nung pag-uwi po kami. Lalong malaking inspirasyon po. Kaya nasabi ko po na walang mabigat na pagsubok, walang malaking hadlang sa tunay na sumasampalataya tulad ng kapatid na Lando. Sabi nga po ng kapatid na Lando, sa Diyos lang ako umaasa. Pati yung mga kasama po naming crew, mga cameraman po, ay talagang na-inspire din po sa buhay ng kapatid na Lando dahil nakita din po nila, narinig din po nila yung kanyang kwento. At hanggang ngayon, kasama pa po rin namin yung mga cameraman po na yon, yung crew po na yon, kasama pa rin po natin sila dito sa CEBSI, nagtitiis, masaya na naglilingkod po sa ating Panginoon Diyos.
The CEBSI teams throughout the world also include brethren who, on top of their work or studies, dedicate their extra time in assisting in all aspects of media in their respective districts. Their duties not only help to develop their skills in their craft, but ultimately serve to strengthen their faith.
I can't explain my first feeling when I held the camera. I don't have any experience, so it was just mesmerizing. It was amazing.
There were not yet any multimedia officers.
Truth be told, we were all inexperienced. We didn't even know how to set up a camera properly. We were still learning.
We didn't know about how to structure a story, how to make a video flow properly, the different editing tricks you could do to make an interesting video.
Wala kaming mga high-tech na mga gamit. So yung kumbaga kung ano lang yung meron kami, ginagawan lang namin ang paraan.
It was very exciting to use my hobbies for the church. It was a blessing.
始めたばっかりの時は人見知りだったので、本当にカメラに出るのも怖かったし、今でもやっぱり出るたび緊張して、震えることはたくさんあるんですけど。
I was never brave enough to put myself out there. I've never held a camera before. I never felt that I was capable of doing something like this.
Al principio yo estaba con vergüenza, me daba vergüenza participar en el programa porque no sabía qué había que hacer.
In my experience, I am not the least bit technologically savvy.
A lot of different people in this world, they are so talented, they are so knowledgeable, all this. We are just normal daily people, ordinary people.
There are times when you're tired. There are moments where, you feel like you don't know how to even start.
But I feel like ever since that moment that I accepted, everything kind of fell into place.
Mahirap ang naging sitwasyon dito sa Dubai kasi ang hirap maghanap ng trabaho. Ang alam ng mga tao sa atin is masarap ang buhay dito, nakakain natin yung gusto nating kainin, or nabibili natin yung gusto nating bilhin. Pero hindi nila alam na kumbaga mahirap yung mamuhay dito sa abroad.
I'm trying to balance everything. I have a full-time job, but I'm also trying to lead the district and even my internship with media services.
I remember when I get to my first job, there was a moment everybody just resigned. So everything was on me.
In those times, you feel so overwhelmed, so stressed. I think to myself, oh, how could I do this? How can I continue on?
And when we first started, I was pregnant and I had her 6 weeks early. She had to stay in the hospital. So it was a really hard time for me because now I've added becoming a mother sooner than I expected. It's hard. It's hard as a mom to have to watch your child stay in the hospital and you can't take her home yet.
I struggled a lot with anxiety and I actually got hospitalized for it. So that was very difficult to go through.
Everyone knows how happy-go-lucky I can be. During this time, I just really felt that sudden hit of like loneliness and really like unmotivation that you might feel.
The exhaustion sometimes, especially with this ongoing pandemic, there were unique trials that came to our lives. I lost both of my grandparents last year.
But performing my duties and making sure that the project was still going was really something that helped me just keep on going. And I'll never forget that.
There have been countless times where, a simple INC Media video, a news feature, the message, even watching INC Radio, I know has really touched some of the other brethren's lives.
The media of the church really helps uplift some spirit of the people, and it gives them hope that there's still light and there's still right in this world.
Human interaction is few and far between right now because of the pandemic, just to keep everyone safe. So what's the only other way that we can actually share our faith? It's through media.
Through our photos, through our videos and interviews, we're able to reach around the world, and hopefully our coverage will be viewed by somebody who might think to themselves, oh, I really want to join the Church of Christ.
We're able to open the door to people who maybe they're searching for answers, and maybe something that we produce is something that they're going to latch onto, and that's going to be the thing that brings them inside the church.
Estoy muy agradecido por ser parte de CEBSI. He mejorado en editar vídeos gracias a la administración, a los programas y a todas las actividades que aprueban.
When you see the brethren so happy whenever you cover activities, seeing them smile and hearing their stories makes you feel positive as well. It makes you think that there is so much more happiness and hope in this world.
My duty does give me purpose, gives me the strength to keep going and just be inspired by those that I'm able to reach out to because of this duty.
My mentality has changed to be more motivational, to inspire more brethren.
Stories of brethren who, were converted from other faiths, and now they're such strong members of the Church of Christ. So that's a big part of why I keep performing my duty in the media.
It's like being a part of a family. We go through some really difficult times. We're always pushing towards a finish, but through those experiences,
bring more brethren closer together.
Whenever we are called to perform our duty, we do witness miracles. We were inspired by the things that we are able to do.
No matter how tired we were and how the amount of sleep we lost, it was always the feeling of just feeling sure that the stories were heard and were edified.
Mas nagkakaroon tayo ng kapanatagan. Kaya kumbaga nagkakaroon tayo ng peaceful of mind. So sobrang importante talaga para sa akin na yung tungkulin talagang laging nandyan.
And it's definitely edified me to the point where I feel so much closer to God. I feel so much closer to my faith. And it's given me so much courage to continue, regardless of how life may be hard, especially now that we're going through a pandemic.
Every single day, it's a constant battle. But then I realize, God has guided me every step of the way.
I don't think I would be able to be who I am today without these duties.
I'm thankful that the church administration established this duty for us to be able to take part in performing this duty to bring the stories of brethren to other people around the world, and that also benefits us.
It changed my life. It changed me in so many ways.
何があろうと、私は自分の務めを愛しているからこそ、私は何があろうと務めを果たし続けています。すべての今まであったこと、経験してきたこと、そして今までこうして務めを保ち続けられていることにも、私は本当に
Taking the videos, the short photos and the videos, it is much important to do so, because as the years go by, we can't store everything in our minds, even though some of the memories won't be forgotten, but capturing the moments help us to relive them when they pass by. When you capture those moments, they're just priceless. Small picture or a short video, I can inspire another person who's on the other side of the world.
We would like to say thank you to the church administration for their continuous help and guidance. We thank Brother Angelo Manalo for leading us in CEBSI.
For always training and supporting us to be equipped in this kind of duty.
With this duty, we can reach more hearts and minds of our brethren and our fellow men around the world.
I'm truly thankful that we have such a leader inside the CEBSI.
The life-changing content CEBSI volunteer workers create has encouraged and helped us in many other ways, such as in times of great loss. Such is the story of Sister Marizel, born and raised in Thailand, who came to the US to start a new life with her husband. Even though being so far from her family for so long made them consider moving back to Thailand, being taken in as a volunteer worker for CEBSI changed everything and even helped her to get through her greatest test when going back to visit her mother for the last time.
Actually, I request for Sir, what can I celebrate 100 years in my home country? And we got an approval to go back home. So we really use the summer vacation in Thailand. What happened is my family said, can you bring your mom for a general checkup? So what happened, we went for general checkup. They found something on her. We found out she had cancer stage 4. We found out when September, she passed away January. I'm very close with my mom. At the end of the day, I always call her, and now it's like, who I can call, who can I talk to now? I focus on my work here in the office, focus me as a mom, as a wife to my husband. I think what made me busy to forget those is actually the work here in the office.
Despite the grief of losing her mother, constant prayers and immersing herself in her duties served as a great comfort and helped Marizel get through her greatest trial. But her duty was to present an even greater blessing.
When I know about the pastoral visitation in Thailand, that Sir will visit Thailand that year, I'm excited. I was like, he'll be there. I was like, I want to help. How can I be a good help in this visitation if I'm gonna go back to Thailand? I'm so excited with that part, and it made me stop because I said, but my mom is not there. The Lungkut part is going back home. She's not there. When I submit letter to Sir, at the same time I have devotional prayer. I said, God, I want to help the church, especially the visitation there. But can you make me feel in any way that I'll be wanting to go back home? And because I go there, of course I gonna be sad. I just want to go back home happy, to be a good help with the visitation there in the Thailand. I got an approval that you can come and help. We're taking pictures day before. You see all of that process. Preparation, during worship service, everything. Maybe this is God want me to see. He want me to see, look at these people. Look at His people. You take pictures of people are happy. My kids, they see me, and I'm glad that they can see me. She said, because I see you, Mom, you really dedicate yourself for the church, and that really helped you cope with your pain that you have. And I said, I'm so grateful that you understand at a very young age like this.
We saw earlier how CEBSI is made up of hundreds of brethren who offer their own time to help create life-changing media. But many others find such deep joy and passion in their duty that, for them, It's all they want to dedicate their lives to.
And I am a volunteer in the INC Media Services in the Europe main office, and my career, my occupation is as an electrical engineer. I work in research and development, wire and cable that is used in aerospace, defense, and marine. So I do modeling and simulation of different designs. That's my usual work. I would say I'm really lucky and blessed to be able to land a position so early on. I think it was 2015 when I was first introduced to INC Media Services. Of course, I was really excited because I was already part of multimedia back in the days. In this duty in CEBSI, we're always presented with challenges. But once you're doing it, once you're in the moment of doing and performing your duty, at the end of it all, you don't even realize how much time you spent on it, because for me, I enjoy it. Sometimes, because of my full-time job, I work on the day. I finish at 5 p.m. and then from 5 p.m. that's when I'm able to work on these projects. Even my parents get worried for me because I always stay up late. I stay up till maybe 3 a.m., 4 a.m. just to finish a project. Even though I want to do other hobbies, I know that I need to prioritize the work for the church, the work for God. We do it voluntarily and from the heart. We really enjoy that. You can see the smiles from our crew, from the crew that we work with, how happy they are to be part of the project. And I know the importance of the duty because I've seen the impact and I've seen the feedback that we get from the brethren and the audience of the productions. Sometimes the duty is even busier than my work, my job. But even though it's busy, it's more fulfilling. You feel like the work that you do is for God, so it fills you up in a different way than the work that you do for men, for people, for your boss, for the CEO of the company. It's different because I know how much passion I have for this duty. And I know at the start, when I graduated, I always had this in the back of my mind of working for the church. God willing, wherever God takes me, wherever His plan is, wherever He wants me to be, I'd be more than happy to dedicate my life for this duty.
In a world full of misinformation, negativity, and decline in morals, playing a part in broadcasting genuine faith, love, and hope is what drives and inspires hundreds of CEBSI volunteers around the world. God willing, with the continued guidance of the church administration and the dedication of those who have given their lives to such a massive task, CEBSI will continue to bring you many more years of truly life-changing media.